Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and this is the final page with my Simple Stories page kit. Their original had 3 photos and a journaling spot. I have 2 4x4s and no journaling spot, so this is going to be another one that I change quite a bit. I really have a lot of fun doing that. I'm adding my 2 4x4s together on some white, and then you can see that the wood grain photo mat that they originally had to go around the single 4x6 on their layout, I'm going to trim it to be like a larger square layer behind all of this stuff because I just didn't need it as a single mat. But I love the pop of wood grain and that you can see it more when I use it this way. So that's kind of how I'm going to compile my layers. And then as I go and start gluing stuff down, I'm going to try to save as much as I can because I'm still trying to get some bonus layouts out after this one. And so that's the goal. Same with the last page. Since these are next to each other, this banner is going to be at the same height as the companion page. Their original had that banner going through the middle of the page and had a photo below it and then 2 above it. But since I have these 2 photos that are blocked together, I really didn't need all that space below the banner, so it worked out really well that it could be lowered, same as the companion page. But I really like this. Before I glue it down, I'm going to gut the part of the background that I can. And then I'm really wanting some more layers, but I'm not wanting to dig into what I've got so far because I'm really trying to save all of those bits for my bonus layouts. But I still have that pack of frames that I bought that I have not used at all. I was really hoping I could get a frame on all 4 of these pages, and I have yet to get one. So I'm really hoping I can get one frame on this one at least. So I'm hoping that'll kind of give me a workaround and to give me the look of an extra layer without having to dive into my paper scraps. So that's the plan. Here's where I'm lining them up to make sure that banner is even, since they'll be next to each other in the book. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this page as the last one, where this little border strip, I'm only going to use what I have to make it look like it goes top to bottom. But since there's this big wood grain layer, I'm going to salvage a bit of this to hopefully use on my bonus layout. So I'm going to save that. This is basically the paper layers that they did, although I've tweaked them. This is the frame I decided to go with. I thought this white one popped really nicely, and I liked that the floral kind of balances out the floral that's on the left of this page, so I thought that was really nice. I want this frame to look like it's top and bottom of these layers. I wanted it to peek out of the bottom as well, so I'm trimming it in 2 so I can kind of see that color and that dimension kind of fully behind all of these layers, and I really like how that looks. So I'm going to get that glued down. I really like how thin the chipboard is because it helps. Sometimes if the chipboard is too thick and it goes behind a paper layer, it creates really odd like bubbling on the paper layer. But this chipboard is really thin, so I really don't have too much of a problem with that. Then this is all the embellishment they originally included on this page, so I'm going to see how much of it I can use. I'm definitely not using the journaling spot, but I am going to try to use the 2 banners at the top there and like the little birds and the little potted plants with the happy. I really want to still try to get all of those on this page and then try to use some extra. So that's the goal. I really like the little potted plant to the left. I'm thinking the little happy chipboard piece will go below that. And then here you can see I'm trying to cut off those little perforated bumps that come on their chipboard that drive me crazy, but I still don't get them all, so it is what it is. But I am going to pop that up on some foam so it has a little bit of dimension. That way when it's layered over the little potted plants over there, it kind of stands up a little bit. But I'm liking this little cluster to the left. I really like the banners in the top right corner, but I am hoping to do some embellishment around the floral area of the frame, just because I think the yellow peeking through is a little bit awkward above the photo, so I kind of want to fill it in with stuff. But I think I'm going to go ahead and commit to this section over here because I really like the potted plants and this little happy, so that looks cute. There's also this little chipboard floral piece that I'm going to try to use up over there. I'm not quite sure where it's going to go yet, but that's the start of this cluster. I'll go back and add more later. And now I think I'm trying to decide what I want to do with the other cluster. Well, I'm still messing around with this little floral, I guess, but it's going to move around a while. But these photos are just documenting me and Franklin snuggling. So we got him in the fall, but it was still kind of warm enough for him to be comfortable outside, and it was cool enough for me to be comfortable outside. So that one photo is just us snuggling in the sun first thing in the morning. I still have like my bedhead hair. Hadn't even brushed it. I think I came down and like grabbed Franklin and went and sat outside in the sun just because it was one of those mornings on a day off that that's just how I wanted to start the day. And he just looks so cute. He's got his little eyes closed and we're just enjoying the morning sun, and I just think it's really sweet. And then the photo to the right is just us hanging out on the couch, and he just looked so cute. So I just had to document a couple pictures of the both of us because I feel like all the photos so far this month has just been Franklin or Franklin and Billy. So I wanted to document some pictures with me and Franklin. So that's kind of this page. I did go into my extra die cuts and pulled out these little storage boxes. I'm going to layer a couple birds over that. And I really like how that filled out the little cluster above that one photo. I think that looks really cute. I am going to pop the smaller bird up on some foam so that when it's layered in front of the bigger bird, you can tell them apart because there's dimension. So I stuck the bigger bird straight down, and then this one's going to have a little bit of pop. But I think that looks really cute. I really like that. I don't know what I'm going to... Oh, I'm committing to the... one of the florals I'm just going to add on that little storage box. And then there was this little label here that I thought looked really cute that I was determined to get on this page. It moves around a lot and then I decide not to use it at all. But I thought it would have been really cute because the storage boxes in that one cluster have labels on them. So I thought it would have been nice to use that label motif again. But then I decide, like, I still have all this chipboard that's on my brad sheet that I haven't touched yet, and I wanted to get a couple of those pieces used up. So instead, I go for this little chipboard home piece and this little banner that says "Come and Stay a While." I originally was going to have them down with the storage boxes in that cluster, but then I decided to kind of branch this cluster up to the banners in the corner because I had so much empty space up there. And I like that a lot more. So I did the home and come and stay a while. I'm adding a couple brads. And I really like that. Wanted to get like a bunch of brads on this page. So there's 3 up here in the top corner. And then I'm going to add 3 to the cluster on the left. And I really like that. Definitely want to get some staples on here too. But I'm not quite sure where. But I'm adding more brads over on this side, which I think is really cute. I love Simple Stories brads so much. I'm trying to find like a small one to go there, and I think that looks good. And then my tiny attacher, I'm going to staple on the banner in the upper left-hand corner, and then I'm going to add a couple staples over by the little happy, wood grain happy word. So I have staples in both clusters too. And I kind of thought I was done here, and then I decided that I wanted to use some more of the Tim Holtz letters. So I go back and pull those in too. The chipboard on the brad sheet does have adhesive, but it's not very strong. I don't know if that's all Simple Stories, but I feel better adding some extra wet glue. So there you go. These are both pages together, how they'll look in my album. I was kind of deciding if I wanted to add something to branch between them other than just the banner, but it looked too busy. I decided not to bother. But I do go in with these Tim Holtz word like tile alphas because I did want some words above the photo to kind of lead into that one cluster. So I'm going to add the word Snuggles because this is a page documenting Franklin and I snuggling. And then once I put Snuggles, I thought it needed an extra word, so I added dragon. So it says Dragon Snuggles. And people always ask me if he is really sharp, because they just don't think by looking at him he would be nice to snuggle. But he's actually not sharp at all. He does have those scales around his face that look really pointy and sharp, but they're actually pretty flexible. And his back does feel rough, but it's not sharp at all. So, and actually under his neck and his belly is really smooth. So if you were wondering, because he does have those spikes going along his sides too, but they're really flexible and they're not like rigid, sharp points. So it's really not uncomfortable. But here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. We should be doing bonus layouts, so I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.